Classic Democrat resistance. State the obvious, do absolutely nothing, demand applause. We really, really, really need better politicians, man. We're going to talk about the Department of Education and how politicians are blocked from entering the Department of Education right now by some guy, just one guy. Here it is. This is what's going on currently. They're blocking members of Congress from entering the Department of Education. Elon is allowed in and not the people. Illegal. And I said, remembering what the Korean politicians did when the president tried to use special forces to block them from entering the National Assembly. It's just one guy.
He's not a federal.
They have no right to do this. They don't have the right to do this. Like, this guy with this weird-ass Band-Aid has no right to block people. Classic Democrat resistance. State the obvious, do absolutely nothing, demand applause. We really, really, really need better politicians, man.
Department of Education are here because we pay for.
And we just need younger politicians in general. Like, no disrespect, not to be ageist or whatever, but like, this is a byproduct of all the top leadership in the Democratic Party being 800 years old.
For them to be here. He's standing here today, blocking the door, and he can't give us a good reason why he's blocking this door.
Make sure they see right here, all access entrance.
Well, and I think it should be clear to parents in the United States, if you want to advocate on behalf of your children, you are not allowed to come into this building where you pay taxes. Parents who have children who are disabled, access is being blocked. You voted for members of Congress to advocate on behalf of your children with disabilities, for young women who have been victims of sexual assault in our classrooms, on our school grounds. Members of OCR are fighting for your children. We are not allowed in the building to talk to them. We are not allowed to advocate on behalf of America's children. America, we have a problem.
Now, everybody stand.
Like, even with Greg, he would become instant legend status if he just like said, hey man, you have no authority here. I'm just going in. There's not really much you can do about it. And then what? Okay, the cops arrested him. All right, so what? What do you think will happen? Like, what do you, this is how you're supposed to obstruct. Like, this is what you're supposed to do. Yeah, people are saying, oh, all right, there's cops inside. Okay, it is an illegal action. It is an unenforceable illegal detention. Yes, there are going to be some penalties in the process. What are we talking about? Okay, yeah, you get arrested. First of all, as an elected representative, if you get arrested in that process for doing something that is within your rights, doing something at the behest of the public, instead of sitting there and trying to say like, oh, look at this, this is so unacceptable. Yeah, you're actually getting a lot of momentum and more attention to your cause. It's a part of how you're supposed to do this. That's it. You would instantly shoot up in popularity instantaneously. Okay, instantly. If that's a part of political theater, then yeah, do some political theater, do better political theater, because this kind of political theater is silly. It's not enough.
I'd like to speak with someone who works here.
So what are you going to do? You're going to beat us up if we go in?
I mean, you're going to,
We want you to move out of the way.
We're not steamrolling you.
Get out of the way.
This says all access entrance.
That we can't.
So
Stand
what?
aside, sir.
We're
This
members
says
of
all
Congress.
access entrance.
Please stand aside, sir.
I'm not standing aside.
Why not?
Because my role is to make sure that...
What authority do you have to block members of Congress from the oversight? We don't have oversight responsibilities. By what authority can you deny members of Congress their oversight role?
You don't have a business reason to be here.
You do not have authority, sir. You do not have authority.
Access entrance.
There is no authority for you to deny members of Congress their oversight responsibility.
Bro, you're a member of Congress. You are an elected representative in the United States of America. That's just a guy. What is going on? Like, that's just some guy. What are we doing? Do you know how powerful you are? Did you guys forget? Did the Democrats genuinely forget what this looks like? Like, when you take a step, you are not just taking a step on your own. You are taking a step for all of your constituents. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I want to see some momentum here. I want to see some motion here. I want to see Democrats push back. This stooge of the DOE door has the same power over Dems as a Senate parliamentarian does. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't make sense. This is political theater, but it's bad political theater. Going inside would be good political theater. Getting arrested would be great political theater. That's all I'm saying. Not only would it be great political theater, but it also would get people to pay attention more to what is happening. This is the perfect visualization of democratic resistance. When someone does something outrageous and illegal, you just stand there and yell, you're actually not allowed to do this. Yeah, and then, you know, demand fealty from the voters. It's also kind of funny because, like, their response is like, oh, well, if we get arrested, then we can't go and, what, vote for Trump's cabinet picks? First of all, one, a member of Congress, you are not staying in prison. That is ridiculous. That's like next level, we have officially moved on to full-blown autocracy nonsense, which we're kind of getting there. And especially if Democrats keep showing their bellies with every single act that the right-wing reactionary administration engages in, then we will get there eventually. Having said that, however, yeah, you're going to be detained for a couple hours. But if your response is like, oh, I don't want to be stuck in jail, I don't want to go to jail, and do what? Like, what, you're going to miss votes? Like, what votes were you going to be voting for? Peak liberalism is what we saw in the National Assembly in South Korea. That was where liberalism as a method and voting as a theory and as praxis actually worked. But that required politicians to actively not abide by whatever kind of illegal standards was being set by the administration in charge. Straight up, that is peak liberalism is what happened in South Korea. Yeah, here, remember, look at this. That's a member of the National Assembly grabbing the gun of one of the special forces soldiers. Like, that's insane, dude. Like, think about that. Do you know how fast any American would get shot in that process? They would get shot before it got there, okay? Yeah, that's also what happens when you're not 800 years old, I think. But then again, Greg Kazar was there, Maxwell Frost was there, and they're young. They didn't put their bodies on the line either. Just a sad state of affairs to watch, where liberals that present liberalism as the alternative, showing once again that liberalism, as a matter of fact, is not going to be enough to not only defeat, but even obstruct the Trump agenda. Because, like, getting into the Department of Education is not going to, like, solve this issue at all, but at least you are presenting a fight. You're presenting a fight and putting yourself on the line. You're showcasing that you're not afraid of sacrificing something. Anyway.